is good. When I can look out and see these block captains, Miss Carter, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Sean, Rhonda, and I have a few more that's not here this evening, but we work hard in this community when we can do what we can do, but we don't stop, and we're not going to stop until he calls us to stop. That's not how life is. We're going to keep doing what we're doing until we can just make this place help make it a better place so we can just live freely and just do what we do. So I have about two speakers, really three this afternoon. I have Officer Richardson. She's going to come up and speak to us about code. I also have
Say your name.
Nathan
Alexander.
Alexander. He's going to come and speak to us also. And Dr. Diana Doma. She's not here yet, but she's coming up. So guys, just relax, eat whatever you would like to eat. And we're going to talk to Officer Richardson. And any questions that you have to ask her these questions now. Don't wait till she leaves and say, well, I should have asked this, I should have asked that. This is the time to ask these questions while she's here. And also, when Nathan comes up, after he speaks, when you say when he said what he's going to say, please ask him questions as well, because we want to know whatever it is that we need to know while we have these individuals. So, Officer Richardson, let's give her a hand, guys, as she get up, okay? Thank you.
So thank you all so much for inviting me. Just to introduce myself to you all, my name is Dakota Richardson. I was born and raised in Columbia, South Carolina. So when I decided to jump the broom in 2006, I moved down here. But I've been doing code enforcement now for over 21 years. I started in Columbia, went to City of Atlanta. I've worked a violation. We deal with junk, trash, and debris in the yard. Now, anything that's on the street, we would refer that to DeKalb County Sanitation because they still servicing this area. And some other things that a lot of people don't know that we deal with. We deal with a lot of interior violations as well. Say, for instance, someone is renting a home and the landlord is not taking care of the necessary needs. I'm glad you asked. What's the necessary needs? If the refrigerator has gone out, if the stove has gone out, if he's not taking care of the air conditioning or the heat, then those are things that we would step in and assist. We do not go directly to citation on those things. Citation is the last thing that we would want to do. The only way that we would get involved with the citation immediately, if there are sewer situations going on, then yes, that's an immediate citation because we consider those things to be egregious. We would step in and assist that tenant with making sure that the landlord takes care of those things. And also, if they have a pest problem, whether it's a rodent problem or an insect problem, we would assist them with making sure the landlord takes care of those things as well. So, one thing that we cannot take care of. We get a lot of calls about mold in a unit or a home. We cannot, because Stonecrest does not have an ordinance that supports mold. Mold is something that grows immediately from moisture that's in the air and in the home. If you do not run your air conditioning, that could create a mold problem. If you do not let your windows up, if you don't have a fan in your bathroom, that can create a mold problem, okay? And I wish that we did have an ordinance to support that, but unfortunately we do not. So what we would do is refer them to the health department. They could assist them with that. And also we would refer them to maybe a third-party inspector that could possibly do that inspection for them if they decide that they want to take it a little bit further. The courts are very lenient to tenants when it comes to landlord-tenant issues, when it comes to mold issues in a home. So it's very serious, especially in the court of law, the way that the judges are looking at mold now. The laws have definitely changed in favor of the tenant. So please keep that in mind as well. So some other things that we also deal with, commercial vehicles in residential areas, which is not allowed. Now, if you have a work truck, now what our community development director, he is very much in favor of knowing that people do have jobs. and that requires them to sometimes bring their work vehicles at home. So with that, he would look at the structure itself, and it's a case-by-case study. Just to say in general that they don't allow no work trucks at home, we would actually go out and do an assessment of it first before we call it a violation. But definitely 18-wheeler trucks, that is definitely not allowed, because there's a lot of lots around here would allow them to park their trucks, in which they would have to rent out a space at these different lots, especially on lots on the industrial, that would allow them to rent out space to leave their vehicles there. So that's definitely not allowed, because all of this paving that Stonecrest is spending millions of dollars on to pave their roads, I know that y'all don't want that kind of nuisance in your neighborhood. So 18-wheeler trucks is not allowed in the residential area at all. Okay? So some other things I wanted to tell you all, how you all could help us. Like properties that, say for instance, if you have a fence around your yard and it's dilapidated, please make